What's up, guys? I want to make this video really quick about, it's like 1 a.m. at night or morning. As you can see in that title, I used to be a degenerate gamer, and here's what it took to change. The reason why I became a degenerate gamer, it wasn't something like you're born with, you just spawned with, right? I guess like over a series of like escapism, indulging in your fantasies, and relying more on the internet and fantasizing about unrealistic things, sinning, vices. And this isn't to get into religious things, it's just overall lowering your frequency. A little bit about me. So my name's Eric. I grew up with immigrant parents. You know, you're told as an Asian American to get good grades, get into a good college, do good in school, get a good paying job, stable career. But it's like with that pressure comes with unrealistic expectations, miscommunication, and a misunderstanding in values. So you end up with this disconnect, right? Either your parents were emotionally unavailable, they had different parenting styles, you constantly compared Western cultural differences compared to their differences, love languages, things like that. Your parents were more likely to represent their love through action and sacrifice compared to Western world. It's more compassion and empathy, right? Being more understanding. But that's not the case. That's not the world we live in. And so because of that, I always felt like I was disconnected from everybody. Like, even growing up, I wasn't surrounded by a lot of Vietnamese people, like, frequently. I didn't, like, you know how they say it takes a village to raise someone, or raise a child? Definitely holds true. Like, I'm grateful to have role models, but, like, I grew up on the internet. I grew up with unsupervised technological use. It stunted my growth emotionally, socially, and I ended up relying more on it than I needed to. Just frying my brain with dopamine, right? Watching YouTube videos. Not the constant doom scrolling, but it was just like playing video games, distracting myself. And I would use that as I was more reliant on it because, I don't know, social shortcomings. Middle school, I didn't feel competent. I didn't feel masculine, secure, nerdy. Nobody could relate to me. I had this one friend. It led me to being like, I didn't want to be lonely, so I hung out with bad company, just people who drained my soul. I didn't like that. So, but I never had the balls to like stand up for myself because I was too afraid to be alone. But now I understand, like, it's okay to be alone because it's okay to be misunderstood. And it's within the hope of, like, you'll find your tribe one day. You'll find the right people. You just have to become the right person. That's what I did. And so I used to play like a lot of League of Legends, a lot of Valorant, but mainly League of Legends. Like, that toxic game, man, brings out anger issues. And I feel like with, generational trauma brought from your parents too, it's not like anything like that's severe. It's just like those coping mechanisms, though, those wounds you have to relearn, you have to like let heal, right? You have to learn how to not snap at people. Like, I can't help sometimes but feel a lot of hate and resentment towards my mom because it's not like she did anything inherently wrong right now. It's just like in the past, you get whooped, or there's certain things you find out that doesn't really align. It's just those childhood wounds. Like, we hold a lot more emotion, we hold a lot more like imagination, right? Or we have this save the world thinking mentality, or like, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's like, now that I'm older, I understand both sides. So it's kind of like, you can't really do anything about it. What's the point of staying mad and staying resentful towards my mom? But I can't help it. It's just how my body copes. It's my nervous system from years of like harboring resentment. And I don't think you should harbor resentment or grudges. Is unhealthy for your soul. It ages you quicker mentally, in and inside and out. So I don't recommend it. You should learn how to forgive. Some people don't. Some people ask not to be born. In like the situation, like some people say like, oh, if my parents were like both like fobs, or my parents were like not in a good position, why have a baby? Well, we're trying to like human biology. We're trying to survive, right? Spread our offspring. And then two, who gives a fuck? No one gives a fuck. If you were born, you were born. And I'm not trying to say like invalidate your feelings, but like you were born into this world. Now what? You have two choices: continue to live the world and survive, or don't. Just give up or quit. And so, obviously, that's like the raw reality of it, right? If you want to look at it like that, I know that's a little bit harsh, but some people like. I feel like people need harsh words. The truth. I kind of like strayed away from like the topic of this video. So being a degenerate gamer, how did I, come back from that? I think I realized like this whole time, like, it's not about like when I was a degenerate gamer, I didn't label myself as a degenerate gamer. I was just someone who gamed, right? You don't realize it. But then when you realize it takes up most of your day and that you realize you've accomplished little to nothing, obviously comparisons, like, I think it's good to compare sometimes, like to see where you're at, see how you level up with other people, or kind of, see how you can gauge with other people's abilities or where you should be in life. It's like all arbitrary, but like it's good in this world that the game we play. So if you feel like you're falling behind, the first step is awareness, self-awareness. The first step is taking that red pill and realizing for what it is. Like, I truly realized, like, damn, like, okay, like, this might sound a little immature, like, damn, I get no bitches. For real. Like, okay, that was, like, the thinking in that time period. Like, I got a girlfriend now. Like, I don't call, like, it's not like that. Like, damn, I'm an incel. I can't talk to women at all. And then I was like, I have anger issues with video games. A fucking projection on a screen giving me dopamine. Looking at porn. Looking at digital pixels of women. And then 3, harboring resentment towards my parents and running away from them, avoiding conversations because I was so mad at myself. I was so mad at the world. I didn't give a crap. And then I realized like how self-absorbed am I to care about any of that shit. And so I started practicing optimistic nihilism. I think that's like, it was enlightening. Not enlightening like in spiritual, it's just like, it just makes sense. I guess like, it might be a cope, but logically it's like, okay, I'm agnostic too, so I'm not really religious. It's like, you're born into this world. Life may be meaningless. You're right. Or life can be meaningful and happy and all these joyful experiences, or experience all feelings of life. And you're also right. So whichever you choose, you're right. Whichever you choose to continue moving forward and struggle or quit, you're right. You're right either way because you're doing it. So that's why I resonate with like Berserk or like Silver Surfer. Like, I'm not trying to say like I'm this solo dolo vagabond, nobody can understand me, but I think I highly resonate with like the struggle and navigating it on my own most of my entire life. And you could just wish somebody was there for you, especially like someone who could understand me, someone who was like me, Vietnamese, like through the same struggle, or someone similar. But it's just like you keep hoping, but like, when are you gonna change? When am I gonna change? You keep hoping for someone to save you, but like, you gotta save yourself first. Because if you keep expecting someone to save you, how are you gonna amount to anything? How are you gonna help other people? What if that person needs being saved? How are you gonna save them? You're not even competent. And so I started to become competent. there are things that I want. There are superficial things I want. I want to try it. And I tried it. I didn't like it. And, I feel like I grew up having a pretty good moral compass. But it's like, I wanted to see where I landed, like truly, authentically. Like, I'm not trying to be, I was a goody two shoe my whole entire life, a people pleaser. I wanted to find out who I really was. So I started saying yes to everything. I blended in social settings. I was a chameleon. Like, obviously, my people pleasing skills, that has some merit to it too. I'm able to blend in. I'm able to kind of be a fly on the wall or just like be in the background in things that I can get access to, like parties or whatever, rooms that I didn't think I would be in. I don't know. Maybe if I use it more, I could. More deception. Like amiable deception, so it's not like super nasty. It's just like, it is what it is. I don't know. Yeah. If you guys stayed and watched the whole thing, I really, really appreciate you for hearing my thoughts out. And hopefully, if it resonated with you, leave a like. Helps push the algorithm out to other people that could need this video and watch it and relate. Just like build something around this. But if you have any other video suggestions, feel free to leave in the comments below. But yeah, we'll figure this out together, man. Or woman. Okay. I'm gonna go to sleep now. You guys have a great night. I love you guys.